Peace, peace, and good morning, my peoples. What's really good? It's your boy, Sincere Seven, tapping in, representing the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, Travel Edition. Travel Edition, because that's what I'm doing. I'm traveling. Um, you know, I came out to Atlanta, Georgia. I was picked up to do some private ceremonies, which are my favorite. Let me just throw that out there. I love, coming together as a village. I really do. I like for all of us to be together, to share in our healing, to share in our growth and development. You know what I'm saying? To support one another with our spiritual attunement, right? But the private ceremonies, man, when I get 2, 3, 4 days one-on-one with a client, not just to do the works, but to discuss life, to discuss, growth, to discuss challenges. Those are some of my favorite ceremonies. That's my favorite thing to do. I prefer one-on-one work. Really getting down into the gist of what an individual is feeling, what they're going through, where they're trying to get to. You could just give so much more intention and attention when it's one-on-one, just like, anything else. If you got a class and you got 30 people in the class, you don't have a whole lot of one-on-one between, the teacher and the students and things like that. So I really do love the private ceremonies, the one-on-ones, that time spent, it's intimate, and I love intimacy, that's where I'm at. I'm on my last day in my ATS, shawty. When I say that Atlanta owes me nothing. How people be leaving somewhere, they be like, this place owes me, like, that's how I feel. Me traveling to Atlanta, it's happened a few times before, and I find it to be challenging every time. It's something about Atlanta that when I come here, it shakes up everything in my life, and this has been just as consistent. And Atlanta owes me nothing. I enjoyed myself. I had the ability to be like I always say, I was in my zone. Like, I love being around and talking with and being intimate with women. I love it. It's like, and that's what I was. I was here and I was with the beloveds. You know what I'm saying? I was with the queens. I was with the Sangomas, and I was being taught, leaded, and guided just as much as I was teaching, leading, and guiding. I was being held in different ceremonies. I was being held and given growth and development, and I am eternally grateful. I am. I was really in my zone, and I give thanks for those that held me down. I give thanks for that. For those that broke bread with me, that smoked with me, that joked with me, that talked with me, that had those intimate one-on-one conversations, gave me the ability to express myself, as well as those who expressed themselves and shared with me. This was an amazing trip. Peace, King. I see you, brother love. So I'm grateful for what I've received since I've been here, So I'm headed back to the house today. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of things happening. I'm being tested. I'm being tested for sure. And I like the opportunity to ace my tests. I'm egotistical, y'all, and we all know that. We all know that. We all know. Oh, he's very aware of how powerful he is. Fucking see, he's very aware, And there's times in my walks where life attempts to humble me. Bring out the humility in me, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all, I like to walk with humility so that times like this is what I stop and put my chest out like, nah, I've been humble. Now you want to test me? Shit. Big dog Lux here. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the energy I'm in. This is the new year, the new calendar, however you want to put it. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. Y'all can say what y'all want. And I used to say the same thing, but I bear witness that this is a new energy. Oh my God, January 1st was a new energy. January 7th was a continuation of a new energy. I believe in the septenary cycles. I follow the septenary cycles. You know what I'm saying? But I also deal with the nines as well. But those are two different things. But I do pay attention to the septenary cycles. You know what I'm saying? So the first of the year literally implemented and implanted something that was like, nah, this is a whole new energy. And then 7 days later, on the 7th, whole new energy. And I can see that this is a repeat of the energy from 19 years ago, right? You know, again, going into that 9 cycle, and when it's 9, it starts all over. Okay, well, when you start over, are you in tune or are you starting over out of pocket again? And I say this because I was speaking on something that was going on the other night to somebody, and they was like, yo, what was you going through 9 years ago? 9 years ago, what were you going through? And I said, like, shit, I don't know. Like, think about it. I was like, all right, it was in 2014. You know, I was going through I was going through the same shit I'm going through now. They was like, yeah, exactly, right? So then I'm like, damn, okay. Because what they were saying was, yo, I know you do these works, and I know you know, go in on the medicine, and I know you know, all of the, what some people refer to as spiritual or higher works. And it's like, but if you're going through the same thing you was 9 years ago, you think it's something else you're supposed to be tapping into or checking in on, or something that you didn't change, alter, or fix then. And so now you're going through the same thing. And it got me thinking, y'all. It got me thinking. Was there something that 9 years ago, when I went through all of the shit that I went through, that I was supposed to change? So that now, 9 years later, I wouldn't be going through? And at first, it sounded like it made sense. Like, damn, like you've not corrected what was thrown off or what was wrong. You've not corrected it, so now you got to repeat it. Now you got to go through it again so you can have the opportunity to correct it. But then I started thinking about how they say, oh, a fool goes in circles where a wise man goes in spirals, right? So it's like, I'm going in circles, like, damn, I did this shit and I'm doing it again. Damn, I did this shit, I'm doing it again. But a spiral, it has length to it. It's not 2-dimensional, it's 3-dimensional. Circles is just length and space, like length and width basically, but it's in a circle, right? So how far across and how far, but it doesn't have that coming up off the page. That's what a spiral has. And so it had me going back like, no, I don't think, because I was saying that everything that I went through led me into supreme growth and development. It led me out of the bullshit that I was in and into a more functional mode of operation. And my life since then has been doing nothing but I said improving. To me, it was improvements. Even when I had tribulations, even when I lost things, these are the constants of improvement. And we have to be cautious on how we view the things we go through and how we label them. I don't feel like separating from my mate made things negative. This was still improvements that I was going through. Why? Because I made a conscious decision I learned about myself. I operated differently, which led to certain things, as opposed to this happened to me, right? So I had to go back and ask myself that question, like, damn, did I? Did I? No, I don't feel like that. I feel like if you move cycles, when you come back around to um, the situation that gives you the possibility for growth and development, they're gonna look familiar. They're gonna look like things you went through before. You have a certain mode of operation. You have a certain personality. You have a certain, interests. So in testing you, challenging you, these things might be in some of the same areas, right? Some people's challenge might be work. You do a job that treats you like shit, and you need money, so you stay there. It's causing you to angry, all of this, right? And so after, going through this 6, 7, 8 years, you get to a point where whatever happens at that job, it forces you to lose the job. And you don't want that job the next year. It's time to go get another job. Now, that was a 9-year for you. This is a 1-year for you. So now that it's a 1, this is new beginnings. Okay, now I go and get me a job, and I'm feeling like they're not respecting me. Is this the same thing happening all over again? Well, to make sure it's not, let me go in here and speak with my supervisor. Let me go in here and speak, let me speak with my colleagues and say, let's get a standard. This is a circle. This is a spiral. I'm dealing with some same issues that I was 9 years ago. But look how I'm dealing with them. Whereas now, I'm feeling like I'm respected. And I'm feeling like my position at this job is so we back, you with me? Okay, so in the last 9 years, when I went through difficulties, I shut, I didn't say anything. I just, year I got fired, and then I realized this, and I'm going to this thing. Like I said, resources. Your coworkers, you talk to the supervisor. So now then you have 20 nights and 8 years. You're talking to them, and they talking, you like, yeah, went through a little situation where I had to go and pull my supervisor to the side. He gonna tell me da 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 da. And the person sitting there with you go, see, you going through the same shit you was going through 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. It ain't shit changed. You just got another job. Well, hold on. Let's really look at this. The person had a situation, and things took part in those situations, and they shared them with you. And they responded to those situations in a fearful way, in a pullback, in a not functional, responsible way. Now, 10 years later, they get into another job, same kind of job, different place, and these same issues come to them. and they respond differently to them. And now when they go to work, they feel respected. Like I said, they feel all of the things that they need to feel. How can this person convince you you're going through the same shit all over again? You're going through the same type of situation, but you are what? Responding to it differently. And since you're responding to it differently, what's happening? You're being responded to differently. So now you're not going through the same things. You were tested by the same things you was tested with before, but now you are responding differently. See? So we cannot or should not allow somebody else, and I'm not saying that this person was saying it from a, like, they weren't trying to plant and implant, shame on you. When this person was saying it to me, they were coming from a good place. They was basically saying, yo, like, this is the same type of stuff that was happening 10 years ago. You probably need to go do some of the work you do. But I'm saying, yeah, it was. You know what I'm saying? Because 10 years ago, I was responding to things differently, and that's why I went through the things that I went through. So now when these things are coming at me, I know how to respond to them. I know how to conduct myself. I know how to react. How to not react. So now, I was in the military. You went to the range and got out of the range and you qualified and you failed, right? And then you go back to the barracks and you go back to the range and go back to the same range. You don't go to a different range. No, you go back to the same range with your same and you try to qualify. And so that's what I'm trying to see what is in life. It's okay to go through the same things. Don't let people tell you, oh, see, you ain't changed, you go through the same things you went through before. I am going through the same things that I was working. These are what essence me. But how am I responding to it? That brings to mind something that I heard that stuck in with the angles. Peace to the beloveds. I heard them speak on discernment. Like I was, spiritual security clearances, that came up quite a bit. But the Sangomas, they were speaking on discernment. This is something that I noticed each one of them while we were having different conversations with different people. And people would talk about pulling the cards and doing tarot readings, going and getting the bones through for them, going and getting all the right. But they would keep questioning afterward. And now you're looking for more forms. And it's like, I'm looking for what I'm looking for. I talked to you. I said that you tapped in. And I'm sure that you'll be able to give me the message. You gave me the message. It wasn't the message I want to hear. Now I'm going to go and ask somebody else. They gave me the same message. I'm going to go do a card reading. Boom. Card reading says something different. There we go. I think the cards is right. You didn't search yourself into serving yourself, because that's how the science of what is that called? Y'all know the secret. They put, it's one of the universal laws, and they put it out like the secret, the law of attraction. You're trying to attract the answer that you're looking for, and you'll get it. You understand? But you got the message the first time. And now the problem is, do you have proper discernment? Do you know when you hear a message, that message was definitely for me? There's no doubt about it. A lot of us have discernment and want to just not acknowledge it. They know damn well this message is right there for them, and they look, damn, that's crazy. Who cares that? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't even gonna acknowledge that. I can't just walk across. I know because things that we don't want to walk into, things that we don't want to do, we need to do. We need to. Since I start speaking about obedience, being obedient to spirit. First, you got to be able to discern. And once you can discern, you need to be obedient. And a lot of us is disobedient, and that's why we go through the shit we go through. And some of us lack discernment. Do you understand when the message was for you? Do you understand when he said clear as day, look, you need to stop doing that shit? You know what I'm saying? So Kozani. Yo, peace, beloved. Tanya, peace, beloved. Peace, fam. Your sound is a little muffled. Uh-oh. Thank you for telling me. Is that better? Yeah, do you have proper discernment? Do you know when the message is for you? Like, a lot of us have, Bredra said he created his own divination style. There we go. Divinate. Like, do you understand your divination? Like, for me, it's the birds. If I want to know something, if I need an answer, should I, shouldn't I? Is this a good choice? Is this? I ask my question, I look at the sky, and no matter where I'm at, there's going to be 1, 2, or 3 birds that fly across my visual range at that moment. It's never failed me. Never failed me, right? So that's mine. Some people have an internal voice that literally says to them, like, yo, say something to them. You know what I'm saying? Some people have certain, like, another form of discernment for me is when a spider makes itself present. We kicking it up, talking, we going to some deep shit, and I'm like, man, I don't know, maybe I'm just feeling like that, but I feel like da-da-da-da-da. And I look over and a spider comes at, that's confirmation. It's like, nah, you ain't just feeling nothing. I'm right here. Nah, you on point. You on point, right? This is those types of things that you need to be able to see. This is what we're talking about when we say, like, like people think when we talk about the people who have different visions that it's always like this in their head and like it's painting another picture and they're like, no, you see through the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Because to y'all, a spider just crawled by. To me, yo, that was confirmation. Understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no doubt about it. Whatever the question was, I don't care. Like, that was like, you understand what I'm saying? And you know, because you practice. This is where practice comes in at. When we talk about your spiritual practices, you are tapping in, you're tuning in, you are noticing, you're being aware. Then when you being aware, you testing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You acknowledging things. And once you acknowledge, that's when you need to be obedient. Once you started like, man, this seems like every time that blase split. You know what? I'm gonna try. Phone ring. Blase split. Oh shit. Yeah. Same thing. Over. Now you going, oh no, it's real. No, hey, listen, every time the phone ring, I blase split and then I'm telling you, like, words bond. Like, I know people don't do that, but I do. And once you acknowledge that, now it's time for you to be obedient. Because now that phone gonna ring and be like, and you be like, what the, huh? And there's gonna be a message. It's like, wait, is this? Nah, shit, what you mean? When has it not been blase, split, yada, yada, yada? Now some whole other shit. He wanna act like you ain't gonna, yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Is you being obedient? Is you catching this shit? Is you understanding it? You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they go and get these divinations after they've already gotten the message. Your phone might ring 3-4 times. But when is somebody gonna be on the other line, man? You only gonna answer it once. I don't know if y'all know what I'm saying by that. Catch on to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You can only answer it once. You feel me? So, because all the other time, what they call that? Scam likely. You've been waiting on this call all day. You gonna keep adding other calls in, keep adding other calls. Now your shit ringing 15 times, but you looking for one call. Why would you do that? Boop. There we go. Message received. D.O. sir. Yo, peace, sis. I'm in the ATM, shawty. Yo, I love y'all, man. Oh, man, I love y'all, man. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to tap in because, like I said, I'm going through my own trials, tribulations, tests, and all of that. And I'm like, I'll acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? I'll acknowledge that. I'll respond accordingly. I'm going to be obedient, right? All of that, you know? Because it's like, man, let me tell y'all, man. Like I said, man, I told y'all my heart, man, is so open right now. You know what I'm saying? I was doing like, you know what I mean, some nice little gum with the cacao. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all hear the video that I did before right before I came down here, man, I had that I can't say it was a dieta with cacao, but it was more of a gong. Like it was something I was doing consistently. And I'm going in hard on the cacao. I'm doing 55 grams in 1 cup every morning. You understand what I'm saying? A couple microdoses, open them up, just right? And it brought the feeling of love to me so much. You know what I'm saying? It was like the first time I was able to understand the concept of love with it not being connected to somebody outside of myself or inside of myself. It wasn't a love for me. It was just pure love. Understand that when you experience this, it's like living out a Bufo ceremony, like consciously. Your heart is so open and the compassion is so felt that it doesn't need to connect nothing. It's like the Care Bears, how they just open their shit up and they just come out, right? That's how it feels. It's like it don't have to connect to my partner or my mama or my kids or my girlfriend or nothing. It's just love. I feel love. And that puts you in a state of mind and acceptance that you wouldn't believe, y'all. Understand what I'm telling y'all. I feel love so much that if I had not gone through this, what I'm going through right now, I would be on some wild-ish. Yeah, I felt that during the Aya ceremony and Bufo ceremony. Look at her. She got a heavy resume, y'all. She just flexed and shit. Like, yeah, I felt that. Once on my Aya, another on my Bufo. Which way is the gym? That way. Yeah. She flexed. Yo, she's a loving person, y'all. I believe it because she exudes this love. And listen, let me just add on that the place that I come from, Detroit, is a place where people's heart chakras are closed. We cold-hearted, right? Mr. Grinch, Detroit versus everybody. Like, think about that. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm the mascot for Detroit. We loud, we don't give a, listen, I used to say in the Army, Detroit is the only place that if you hear a nigga say, I don't give a fuck, he means it. Right? So to have that type of environment, but to still feel, this is like when you sprinkle a little bit of sugar in the spaghetti because it's already spicy and it blends to a point where it's like, wait, what is this? Because I have felt what it feels like to live in different cities and have different environments, and you can feel the environment just as much as you can feel the personality of a person you're in a room with. You can't say when this person walk out the room and the next person walk in, they got the same personality. No, the hell they don't. And you are aware of it immediately after being around them for a couple minutes. You're just standing there looking, or all of that. A city is the same way. So when I Sunrise, Florida, and I moved around, and I, of course, like I always do, when I found the hood, moved through the hood and seen the environment that they're in, right? And the attitudes. It's like there's a different type, right? So it's like I'm saying all that to say that I've never felt so much anger from any city that I've been in. Like there's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of ego in a lot of different cities, but Detroit has just like this, like, and I think on the flip side, the love that if it's not like that, if a Detroit person has love for you, like it's very, very open. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not really the type to hide it. Like, no, that's my man, bro. Don't even talk to me about, like, you know what I'm saying? Where others would be like, yeah, you know. So that contrast of feeling that love and going back home and still feeling that love, it felt alien. Like I would be having conversations and I'm like really passionate, but I still got the same expressions as I have. So it just sounds a lot more what people call aggressive. You understand what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, okay, I need to just be still. And what it taught me is to be quiet more. And I don't know why, but like, it's weird to me for those two to have like quiet, like subtle, like subtlety, like calm down, you know? But anyway, y'all know I'm on some Kush and Koffee, you know what I'm saying? This is urban philosophy. This is just talking through, you know, different aspects. Get y'all some cap. Yeah, real exercise, fitness. It's you. Don't need to come with, you know what I'm saying? It's just you. It's kind of like do my and consciousness, you know, that's into, you know, that energetic realm where stuff is able to just wash off back. We able to be able to operate real efficiently, tap in and answer questions and stuff like this. So the those kind of neurotropics have those expressions to tap in mentally, have those microdoses for the heart. It's a shame that we almost hide because people are used to it. Right. I know what I'm talking about because you're from the shop. And when you start asking that, you get like I'm trying to sell something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you mean? Like, what? I'm straight, thank God. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, yo. But yeah, man, I invite y'all to tap in on that cacao, man, because, you know, and it's good for you, you know. Let's go into there too, you know. It's good for you. Like, I drink coffee now, you know what I'm saying, like when I be traveling or whatnot. But at the house now, I'm pretty much accustomed to cracking my morning open with some cacao, you know what I'm saying, opening my heart, because it allows me to operate and talk to the people that come, you know what I'm saying, to work with just more. Like, y'all love when I talk love. It's like when I get aggressive and get to just dropping, like going in, y'all like, damn, calm down. But I just want y'all to know that's just how I express myself, y'all. I'm just a hype type of dude like that. Man, good morning to y'all. Good morning. You know what I'm saying? We blessed to be here. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about was what was our part to the discernment, you know what I'm saying? Use your discernment wisely this year, you know, and when you get the message, that's it. Keep, you know, read the message. That's something that we talk about when I you set your intentions and put your attention on something, because when you the observation of this reality immediately alters the observation, the reality. You know what I'm saying? Just your observation. You know, they've shown that it's going to alter that, right? So when you are dealing with magic, you want to have your intention stronger than anything. So when you observe this reality in your mind, you observe it in a positive way. You observe it in the manner that you want it to express itself in. And once you can see it in that manner, you don't look at it again, because the observation of reality immediately alters that reality. So once you've already got it set to where it needs to be, this is where faith comes in. Now you have faith that your intention setting and your attention to detail was as precise as it was supposed to be. Because if you go back and you observe that reality again, now you're throwing your whole shit off. Think it through, make wise decisions. Once you make a decision and you put it into action, boom, that's it. That's it. You don't look at it again, because every time you look at it, you about to alter it. You know what I'm saying? Now I got an extra finger, got an extra leg. You didn't like, and now you keep looking back at it, trying to get back the intentions that you had in the first time. You understand? Same thing. When you are going and you getting a reading, or you getting, you know what I'm saying, somebody who has a divination system, and you looking for an answer to a question, yo, take that. Take that. Discern whether between like how you felt about, and if so, take that. But I wouldn't keep going and like, if you ask that question to 3 different people, oh man, yeah, I wouldn't even want to know the answer no more. Like, never mind. Never mind. Let's just get rid of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? By now, because you've observed it so much and you've had so much tapping in and so much altering of it, that it didn't went through. Look, listen, it got that cut on it. It got that cut on it. You know what I'm saying? It been touched by so many hands, it ain't even pure no more. Think about what they say. Something holy is something that hasn't been mixed, diluted, or tampered with. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was, tampered with. Every time it went through a different practitioner, a different reading, a different, you know what I'm saying, spiritual guide. Like, how many people can you have guide you? If you going on, if somebody tells you, I'm gonna be your tour guide, follow me. You got 3 different tour guides. He go that way up the hill. He went through the water. He going down there through the woods. Who you following? That's why you need to really tap in and have discernment of who is the people you tap into. Who is the one that you go to for your spiritual guidance? Who is you one you go through for your divination? Who is the one that you go through to assist you with your business decisions? Who is, because all of these can be different. You know what I mean? But whoever it is that gives you that type of, like, man, do they know you asking 2, 3 other people? Like, man, you out here playing now. You know what I'm saying? Have some discernment. Who's your go-to, and trust them, you know? And then be obedient to spirit. Because a lot of y'all don't even need those people. A lot of y'all spirit speak directly to you. It gives signs, signals, experiences, people that pop up, popularity kind of sound, talk you 2 times, you ain't realize yet. Try to make a decision on what to do. You understand what I'm saying? But you know what is it you know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna come. That's how it's gonna come. That's why for me it came nature, because that was something that I'm real passionate about the earth. I know that she's a living being. And with that, we destroy her as her people, children on her, her womb, her bosom, and destroy her womb. What we as a people, like as a whole on this planet, right? So for me, that's what I'm passionate about. And so I'm looking for my answer, my divination, looking for nature to talk to me. A circle of birds coming all right, like, oh, for sure. Like the birds is my guides. You got guides and guards. You know what I'm saying? The birds is my guides. My spirit animal is a penguin. That's why I be saying I'm a motherfucking penguin. Y'all don't even be, I'm what? My spirit animal is a penguin. You understand what I'm saying? Like that nigga different, but I'm still a bird ass nigga. Because that's one of the parts of the dragon. But you know, that's going even deeper and deeper. We ain't gotta go too deep because I know it's Monday. I know we just getting the week started. I don't want to go get too heavy. We kicking it. Urban philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Talk that. Yeah, you gotta learn where you get your divination. You know what I'm saying? Just whoever it is, like now go and have different people ask questions so you get you know, have a understanding of how experience long years to maybe some ankle, the soul, some like, you know what I mean, some you know what I mean, some progression. Yeah, and so you go through check. Oh man, the internet hating on me, y'all. I don't know why they doing that. I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah, man. So my bad. I was like, maybe because I was in the garage or something, you know, so I had to bring it in, you know. Man, what was we building on, man? That threw the whole energy off. You know what I'm saying? Let's set the new vibe. What's spark the build? Spark the build, though. So, Diosa, what's the question? Somebody out there got a question, comment, concern? You know what I'm saying? That threw the whole build off. What's popping out there? So let me think. What else? Said the cacao. What? Get back to the cacao. Oh man. Um. So being down in Florida now, they got like cacao. How do I mix? How do I mix your cacao? Okay, I got you. So the way I have it is it's like a powder. It looks like a powder. It's chunks, and then some of the chunks is in powder. You know, so first thing I do is I get a scale. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how much of what I'm using, because that's how you get a consistency. And so when you get a consistency, then you can work with it. You know what I mean? So again, I'm a real heavy user because for me, cacao works from what I've felt and seen subtle, right? And I'm gonna get to the mixing of it in a second. It works subtle. And so for me being such a high powered, high energy, excuse me, type of dude, um, subtlety, I don't really catch it physically. I catch it emotionally more, right? So physically, I tend to uh, do higher amounts of things so I can feel it. So I do pretty much double the regular amount. When I'm saying I'm doing 55 grams, 25 to 30 grams is really the amount for a regular, usually, you know, dose for people. So I just wanted to be clear because I know I be saying 55.55, but that's why I use it like that. But anyway, so I take it and I put it right in the pan, in a like not a pan, a pot, a boiling pot, right? A little pot. You know, you got the bigger one, like the noodle pot, and then you got the big something else pot, and then you got the like little soup pot. You know what I'm saying? You might do that one or whatever. And I put it in there and I let it on like 2 or 3, like low medium, real low, just so it's like warm. And I start stirring, it's gonna start melting. You know what I'm saying? And I start melting it, and then I pour a little bit of coconut milk in there, and then I pour a little bit of coconut water, right? About 4 ounces of each. And I stir it, so it's warm. As I'm stirring it, I'm pouring it in slowly. I don't just pour in the whole 2 cups. Nah, this is a ritual for me. So I'm taking time. So I'm stirring the cacao, and then I'm adding in a little bit of coconut milk. You know what I'm saying? It's getting warm while I'm adding it in, right? I might turn the fire up a little bit, 3 or 4 at this point, right? Boom, I'm pouring in the coconut milk. Once I pour in all the coconut milk, I'm still stirring. Now I'm gonna start pouring in the coconut water slow because I want it to be warm the whole time. That's why I'm pouring it slow. I'm pouring it so the little drip that I put in there is warming up, and then it's warming up instead of me pouring it all in and it's cooling off the cacao. So I do this little process until I pour both of them in. And then if you got vanilla bean, if you want to be real fancy and shit, take you a strip of vanilla bean, scrape that off, put it in there. Then I put a little cinnamon, and I put ginger, and I put a little pink Himalayan sea salt, and then a little cayenne pepper, just a little bit, you understand? And then I stir that up real good and let it get hot. I don't want to boil, I just want it to like almost simmer. Now, at this point, what I do is I take it and I put it in the Ninja little hand, like smoothie John, right? I pour it in there, and then I close it, and then I because this makes it frothy. Frothy. Now, if you want, this is the point. You can also throw you a couple little microdoses in that John too. Boom. Get it frothy, and I take that and I pour it in the mug, and then I pour the rest in the Ninja and pour that back into the pot. And then I pour the other one back into the pot. This is just me. And then I bring it up to that simmer again. Then I throw it off into, my mug, and I sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon and ginger on top. And I forgot the honey. The honey. When I put it in the mug, I put honey in it. Okay? And I mix the honey in. And then when I'm done, or agave, then I put a little cinnamon, a little ginger on top. And boom, that's my cacao. You know what I'm saying? Every morning. It take about, 10, 15 minutes to make it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mostly because of that, like how I do, like melt it down slow and then mix in the coconut milk and the coconut water. Also, another variation is that you can make you a blue lotus tea. So make you a tea with blue lotus, okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you, this right here can get as fancy as you want. I'm gonna tell you like this. This right here can get as fancy as you want, right? This is the nighttime version, okay? This is the nighttime version. Check this shit out. Take you some blue lotus, maybe even some mugwort, okay? And make you a tea. Strain it, take the water from the tea, and you, instead of the coconut water, you use that tea as you stir in the cacao. Add a little bit of coconut milk if you want, just a little. For me, I like mine to have a little creaminess to it. So I'll add a little bit of that still. So when I throw it in there, it still get that frothiness, right? But use the Blue Lotus mugwort tea to bring back the cacao and drink that before you go to bed, and it's going to work as an oneiriogen. And now you can travel to the ancestral realms. You could travel to the Akashic records, you know what I'm saying? Just, do some sleep work, you know what I'm saying? Or some traveling. You have some Blue Lotus on your site. My site right now is down. I am redoing everything. Like everything. But hit me. Blue Lotus, you can find it in quite a few different places. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, you wouldn't even have to go to Because I think we, even when we had the site up, I think we did have it, but you'd be better off just going on Amazon, or or them other sites that, I be getting some Blue Lotus from some of everywhere. I like to just get it from all different sources and stuff like that. Same with the cacao, but I have an actual source for the ceremonial cacao, which I'm talking about right now. Because you can get cacao on the internet. I have before, right? But it ain't the same. So the ones we getting, I'm getting mine straight from, a source, and they got, different type. They got a purple cacao, they got a white cacao, a red cacao. Oh man, like different. These are like how you'll get like that like dark chocolate, because chocolate is like a made up version of cacao. So the dark chocolate, um you get that kind of flavor, that bitterness, that high of fats and stuff in like the purple cacao. And then where the white cacao is more fatty and more creamy, and it has more oils in it, you know what I'm saying? So it's really dope once you really get into it and taste the different versions and smell them, because I do all of it, you know what I'm saying, from the pods, y'all. Like when we do ceremonies, like everything from taking the pods to roasting them until they crack, then we sit there and get all of the, outer shell off of them. And then we get the nibs, and we get the, working it down. Like it's the whole process to it. That's why they used to do rituals with this, y'all. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. So if you want to have like a cacao ceremony where we do the whole thing, man, get with me. We'll put something together. This my year of collaboration, y'all, by the way. This my year of collaboration. So anybody who been wanting to do things together, like holla at me. Like I'm collabing all year round. You feel me? So let's do some things, yeah. So yeah, that cacao, man, is great. So you roast them beans, then you get the nibs, and you know what I'm saying, break it down like that. And so that's where you can get the powder. So it's like it looked like a powder, but like when you put the heat to it, it start melting, and you see. Or you could just take that powder out and put it in a mortar and pestle and get to sitting and working it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, tell somebody you love them in a language they can understand it in. Peace.